Welcome to Market Recap Live. I am your host, Joseph Martin, and I have an awesome show for you guys tonight. And we've been putting out content on the Original Greatness Uncut channel. And boy, I'm telling you, you guys are going to love that content over there about the stuff that happened behind the scenes over here. Something almost took place tonight. That dog started barking right before the live stream. It would have been crazy hearing all of that going on during this live, but just go check that channel out. I think you'll be highly interested in seeing all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes over here. So we are going to take a look at ticker Adobe, ADBE, ticker ADBE. You might know them better as Adobe Incorporated. Some of their top creative applications are Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe started in 1982 by two former Xerox scientists in a garage. Now they are the global leader in creative software and generative AI design tools. Adobe Incorporated primary competitors are Microsoft, Salesforce, and Canva. So today we are going to review Adobe Incorporated earnings and take a look at their website. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get this chat going and tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put a FB in the chat if you're tuning in from Facebook. That's YT for YouTube and FB for Facebook. So we are building a community over here of people, for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. Check chat. Okay, let's take this off. Now let's see what we got. All right, so let's get to it. Let's go over here to Adobe's website. So let's pull this up. There we go. All right, so we go over to, I don't have my cursor on, so let me do that. So while that's loading up, it might be hard for you to see the mouse on the screen. So I'm loading that program up so we can get that going. Well, we're going to go over here to the Analyze tab. So you can see the tool right there on the screen. There we go. So let me move this out the way. All right. So now we got the cursor where you can see it. And right here in this symbol box, we are going to type in ADBE. There we are. And then we're going to take me off the screen so you can see. And we're going to click on their website right here on the Thinkorswim platform. Bring over their website. Good. I'm not signed in. F11. Put me back on the screen. There we go. All right. So we're on Adobe. And I learned this little trick so I can zoom in and zoom out without having to go in the menu. So let's see. There we go. So we can zoom in and zoom out. Where we at? It's 110. We good right there. You guys should be able to see it really good right there. So earnings highlights. Adobe Incorporated, ticker symbol ADBE, the $110 billion information technology leader, reported its first quarter 2026 earnings today, March 12th. Adobe is listed in the software industry inside the information technology sector. They have a 52-week high of $422.95 and a 52-week low of $244.28, which is a trading range of $178.67 and closed today at $269.78. Adobe's earnings report beat on the top line and delivered a beat on the bottom line. Those shares are slipping after hours following the news that longtime CEO Shantanu Narayan, you're going to have to look it up, guys. It's one of those pronunciation things. If you ain't new to the channel, you know I'll be struggling with some names and some drugs and illnesses when we be reading them. Plans to step down. They reported revenue of $6.40. They reported revenue of 6.40 billion, which was higher than the market expectations of 6.28 billion. Their EPS were higher than the analysts at market expectations of $5.87 when they reported an adjusted EPS of $6.06. Adobe reported a GAAP net income of 1.86 billion, which is higher than the 1.81 billion net income they reported this same quarter last year, which is an increase of 2.5%. So for the first fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 2.4% lower than it is compared to now, a year later. Adobe's 52-week high of $422.95 took place in mid-2025, and today the stock reached a daily high of $276.28. Despite the strong numbers, the stock is currently reacting to the leadership transition news. So basically, people are freaking out due to the CEO stepping down. Sometimes investors look at this like it's some type of internal issues going on that the public may not be aware of, and that's why they deciding to leave the company and make changes or anything like that. Speculation, or what's the word they use? Allegedly, and all of that stuff. So if someone invested $1,000 at that high in 2025, they would currently be seeing a loss of $362. The earnings were released after the market closed today at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by a 5 p.m. conference call. Adobe highlighted that their AI first annual recurring revenue more than tripled year over year, showing that their generative AI tools are finally starting to scale. All right, so let's look at a couple of things on Adobe's website. I already zoomed in. So everything you need to make anything. And then with these AI tools, it's almost like you don't even have to do much anymore. All you have to do is describe what you want. And I mean, they make it happen. They'll change your clothes. They'll change the background. They'll put you on the moon if you tell it to. Wearing a sombrero, you can tell it anything you want, and it's gonna hook you up. All right, I don't see the company information at the top, so let's just keep scrolling and read around. So you got the sales report, Creative Cloud, Adobe for Business. Oh, this website is short. We are at the bottom. I need to take me off the screen so you can see this. No, we don't need no ticker, but let me just take me off the screen. So we're at the bottom of the website. It didn't go far. So for individuals, blow this up. I'm on the wrong screen. Give me a second. Here we go. We're going to blow this up because you might be on your phone and it's hard for you to see this. So I blew it up a little bit. All right. Creative AI. We are looking for the company information. So for medium and large organizations, education, nope, support, blah, 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 contact, Adobe, about. So it should be in this list right here. There we go. So we got about, so we can read about the company right here. And then they have the investor relations. So let's go to about and see what we can learn about the company. Adobe, put me back on the screen without the ticker. There we go. All right. Company info, empowering everyone to create. Adobe empowers everyone everywhere to imagine, create, and bring any digital experience to life, from creators and students to small businesses, global enterprises, and nonprofit organizations. Customers choose Adobe products to ideate, collaborate, be more productive, drive business growth, and build remarkable experiences. I have never heard of that word before, ideate. Creative Cloud, Document Cloud, conversions. Okay, how we're making an impact. Explore all the ways Adobe is innovating, breaking boundaries, and making a difference in our local communities and across the globe. Unleashing creativity, accelerating productivity, powering digital business, creating positive change. They put some figures on this page, didn't they? 29 billion plus images generated with Adobe Firefly since launch. That's a lot of images. 40 million plus K through 12 students provided with Adobe Express for education to support digital and media literacy. 100 plus Adobe creative campuses worldwide. 700 million plus Adobe stock assets and 50 million plus members in the Behance community. Our approach to generative AI. Adobe is amplifying human ingenuity with AI, helping customers enhance their creativity, increase their productivity, and deliver more personalized experiences. Read our AI commitments. Not tonight, but you're free to do that on your own time. And down in the description, I have the links posted for all of the websites that we're going to be reviewing tonight for your convenience. Designed to unlock your potential, develop responsibly and transparently, integrated seamlessly into your workflows, making history since 1982, which is what we talked about at the beginning of the show, that they were founded in 1982 by, what was it, two Xerox former employees in a garage. So here are their names right here. Right here. I think this might be their names. John Warnock and Charles Geschke. Forgive me, I already warned you, these names be getting me. Found Adobe to revolutionize printing and publishing with an all digital approach. Okay, so we looked at that. We done read a lot about the companies, and now you know where to go if you want to dig into it a little further for yourself. So let's go to investor relations, which is down here on the right of the screen. So investor relations, explore investor news, resources, and events to discover how Adobe is changing the world through digital experiences. About Adobe. As one of the largest and most diversified software companies in the world, Adobe empowers everyone to create by building innovative platforms and tools that unleash creativity, productivity, and personalized customer experiences. Adobe has redefined how people and businesses imagine, create, and deliver content that stands out across every medium and surface. Headquartered in San Jose, California, and with a diverse global population of more than 30,000 employees, we achieved a revenue of $23.77 billion in fiscal year 2025. Our stock is traded on the NASDAQ under the symbol ADBE. All right, so they got the quick links, investor news, leadership, governments, events, presentations, company information, investor resources. So we might have to come back down here and click investor resources, but I'm gonna look near the top and see if we can find the stock information, and I do not see it. So let's just go to investor resources. It may be under here. Annual meeting at Investor Education Center about Adobe Fast blog videos, customer. I don't see the stock information. Acquisitions. So I'm assuming these are companies that Adobe has purchased. I'm not going to read them all, but you can see them. And like I said, you can go through them on your own time. Guys, I don't see the stock information. So if you've been following along on this channel for a while, we usually go on their website and we're able to find the stock information. I see financials. Let me see Adobe financials, SEC. No, that's not the stock information. Investor news, press releases. Nope, that's not the stock information. This is interesting. I think this is the first, maybe second website we went to that doesn't actually have the stock information accessible from their website. And as big as this company is, I am shocked. Wow. Let's try this one more time. Investor resources. Did we click this before? Well, yeah, I think we went here before. Yeah, guys, I don't see it. So we about to move on with our lives because I'm not about to sit up here and keep digging through this. And obviously it ain't there. So let's just go over here and get back to what we doing. Let's keep going. I see you. I see you. Here we go. Here we go. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. What's up, Josh, my brother, man? I appreciate you for tuning in, my guy. I hope you've been awesome. God bless you and your family, brother. Yes, I'm out here spreading the word with this stock information so people can get their finances together. Let's stop complaining and do something about it. Get educated. Get some of this information. Get it, get it, get it. Let me go back. All right. And for your convenience, here we go. So we told you about the companies being in the description. So back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream. Hit the like button. It don't cost anything. Just you're already here. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe. If you wish to send a monetary gift, no pressure at all, but I definitely would appreciate it if you do. The links are down in the description, and I just put this ticker on the screen so you can see how to do that. So I want to talk to you guys about the mobile limitations by using your phone and trying to look at what we're doing here. I have been zooming in on the data so you can see it a lot better. So let me come over here and pull up these charts so we can have these in the background. And this I'm not going to be zooming in on. And this is the chart data from, let me put me back on the screen in a second. This is the chart data from Adobe. So let me talk about the mobile limitations. Before we look at the charts any further, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. You lose critical detail and advanced platform features on a mobile screen. So be advised, trading from your phone is usually the least effective way for managing your assets. To see every detail, use a full trading platform and watch these streams on a computer or a TV. Only use your phone as a last resort, okay? Use it as a last resort. I see you. I see you. Let me pull this back on the I hope you know we putting these chats on the screen. So let me go back to me. Here we go. We're gonna pull you up. Josh, okay, I got a lot going on, Brody, but I'm making it. Gonna send you a DM, bro. I'll be up there soon. We gotta link up. My brother, looking forward to it. You know my line is always open, man. Love you, man. I appreciate you, for real. So let's get back to the show. My brother Josh, man, it's always good to hear from him. We don't talk as much as we could or should, you know, but we were really close when we were working together at the airport. Had a lot of people reaching out. I think the last person that reached out from the airport was Chris Pitts. But man, I developed a lot of great relationships with these guys when I was at the airport, man. See what I'm talking about? Look at there. Love you too. See? My brother, appreciate you, Josh. Looking forward to it. Hit me up, man, for real, when you come in town so we can get together. So the S&P 500 and market close. Okay, let's look at what the S&P 500 index did today by using the SPY ETF. So right now we got Adobe pulled up. We're going to go over here to the symbol box and type in SPY, enter. That is not a valid symbol because I didn't put a bracket in here. All right, here we go. Now we are looking at the S&P 500 ETF trusts. We are on the 1 year, 1 day candlestick chart. I'm going to zoom in, and this is the candle we're focused on today. And it has fell out of the trading range that we have put on the chart between $698.61 and $670.70. So let me pull up the data box so you can follow along, make it a lot easier to see what's going on. Floating, apply, okay. So now when I mouse over today's candle, we can read right here in this box everything that's going on. So the SPY opened up at $671.16. They had a high of $671.65. They had a low of $665.87, and they had a close of $666.06. And if you superstitious, you know that number don't look good. And the trading range was $5.78. If we go down and we look at the trading volume, they traded 108 million shares today. Now, I did some research on this label down here on the bottom that I was trying to talk to you guys about before. So if you just move over, if I move, these numbers are going to move. I'll just show you right here. This is what I'm looking at. So the label doesn't change. You got the 70%, the 92.5, DA, and DB. So I'm explaining to you what that is, and I'm gonna put the mouse back over here. So DA means days above, and DB means days below. So there's roughly 252 trading days in the year. So what do they call it? What this is doing, this label is doing, is telling me how many days in the last 250 days did this ticker have more trading volume than today. So think about that. Out of 252 days, only 19 days had more trading volume than today. So that's what that percentage is we're looking at. It's 92.5%. So only it's high. This means it was a lot of activity. That's a lot of activity compared to what they usually get with trading volume, to break that down. Okay, so we looked at the SPY. Let's look over here. And I probably didn't explain this to you, so let's talk about that real quick. The SPY ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate. Appreciate you, Josh, my brother. The ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in the index's performance. All right. You cannot invest directly in an index. So you usually have to invest in something, or you not usually, but someone will have to invest in an ETF or something that tracks an index. And the SPY tracks the S&P 500. Now let's look at today's winners and losers. But first, we're going to look at the loser so we can end the night on a high note. I do not like looking at losers last. So let's go ahead and go to the charts and pull that up. All right, so here we are on the charts. Let's go over to Market Watch. And we're going to link this up to Analyze. Go over here. We're going to go to the S&P 500 watch list. There we go. And we're going to change our column set to Market Recap. Click percentage change, and boom, there we are. So the biggest loser for today is ticker symbol CRL. And the company name is right here. It looks like Charles River Laboratories because it's kind of abbreviated. And now when we go over here, their previous close was $168.91. They closed today at $152.66, and they had a percentage change of 9.62% to the downside. So let's pull up the calculator and do a hypothetical. If you invested $1,000 at the previous closing price, put in $1,000 investment and then multiply it by the percentage change loss. So that would be 0.0962. So you would have lost, or someone would have lost, $96.20. We negate that and add our 1,000. So this is what someone would be left with after losing that percentage loss. They'd be left with $903.80 from that $1,000 investment that they made the previous close. So let's go over to Analyze. And here we are. So ticker symbol CRL is Charles River Laboratories. That's what that stands for. And they are in the healthcare sector. Let me take me off the screen so we can read about the company. So right here in the company profile, we can see that the company's name is even longer. So it's Charles River Laboratories International Incorporated. Here's their website. And remember, I have that down in the description for your convenience. So let's read a little bit about the company right here from the Charles Schwab website. Charles River Laboratories International Incorporated provides drug discovery, non-clinical development, and safety testing services in the United States, Europe, Canada, the Asia Pacific, and internationally. The research models and services segment produces and sells rodents. They're selling rats, guys, and purpose-bred rats and mice for use by researchers. So, you know, in laboratories, they need some of these things to do experiments and stuff on, and this company provides the rodents for them to do it. This segment also provides a range of services to assist its clients in supporting the use of research models in research and screening preclinical drug candidates, including genetically engineered models and services, in-sourcing solutions, and research animal diagnostic services, and engages in development and production of cell therapies. You ain't like into some cloning or something. The discovery and safety assessment segment offers in vitro and in vivo. Now, that's be some stuff I had to look up. I can pronounce it, but I don't know what it means. So remember, look up this stuff if you don't know what it is. Discovery services for the discovery, development, and safety testing of novel drugs, molecule compounds. There go one of them words. You do it yourself. Both of them. Matter of fact, what is that? Biotherapeutics. I got that one. And biotherapeutics and antibodies through delivery of preclinical drug and therapeutic candidates ready for safety assessment services such as toxology, pathology, safety, pharmacology. All right, I'm stopping. I was going to try to go to the period, but we never read this whole thing anyway. So let's just go ahead and go to their website. Pull this up, bring it over. It didn't disappear. Give me a second. Give me a second. That's the old. Is it this one? Yeah, here it is. So oh my gosh. See, boy, all this technology, boy, they be getting me. Can I just drag this over? Where do I click? There it is. Close this view. Okay, figured it out. Now F11, zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so we zoomed in. So you guys can see that. Let me put me back on the screen. Take the ticker off. There we go. So we are on the, this is not Adobe. This is the Charles River website. Went through so much trouble to pull it up. I forgot what company we was looking at. So transform possibilities into breakthroughs because every moment matters. A position of responsibility, bringing and sustaining vital drugs to market safety and as quickly as possible. They gonna get you them drugs quick. That's what they said. 80% of the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Did it just change while I was reading it? Oh yeah, it's moving. It's down here at the bottom. Where it was conversation. Here it is. I got to click on it to stay on it. Ain't that something? Okay. 80% of the FDA approved drugs over the past 5 years were worked on by Charles River. 2024 signatory of United States. They, you know what? I'm not about to do it. They jumping around. They got it. How you gonna read something they got it moving? I think that's a stupid idea. They should have had that where you got to click on it before it moved. That's my personal opinion. I'm sticking to it. Eureka Sounds of Science. This podcast unveils the compelling stories behind bold science told through the perspectives of those discovering, developing, and receiving life-changing therapies. News and insights. Your guide to IND enabling study needs. Charles River. Oh, that's the company. Okay. Enabling services help you plan the right studies, meet FDA expectations, and move towards submissions with greater clarity and confidence. This is not my, I like reading stuff about like food and like stuff. I don't like reading this pharmaceutical stuff and healthcare. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really don't. Advanced Therapies Congress, advanced new approach methodologies with ready to differentiate. I don't know what that is. Okay. Supporting the full drug discovery and development continuum. Basic research. They got some rat. There go them rats. There go them mice right there in that box. They don't just sell them, they use them too. Or that's one of their clients. So basic research is the foundation of all scientific breakthroughs, improving our understanding of biology and advancing our knowledge of life sciences. From an expansive section of research in animal models and human delivered products to the management of genetically modified models and health surveillance, your next breakthrough starts here. There it is, genetically engineered animals and services. I knew it. I knew it was like a professional way of saying we cloning stuff out here. I knew it was going to show up somewhere. Look at this Modern Slavery Act statement. How this got anything to do with slavery? Boy, I'm telling you, we got to read. We have to read. So let's see if we can see. Oh, I see the company information right up here at the front, at the top. Do we see there go to investor relations? Thank you for being simple. So let's just go ahead and find our story. That's pretty, hopefully this don't move like the other stuff did. Our story. At Charles River, we're dedicated to helping you accelerate research and drug development because every moment matters. Our essential products and services empower pharmaceutical, biotech, government, and academic teams to turn possibilities into breakthroughs from discovery. Oh, I see you. I'm sorry. I haven't been paying attention to the to the comments. Hey, Miss Adams, thank you for tuning in. You see me over here struggling trying to read this stuff. Like Joy over here having a hard time over here trying to read this stuff over here to these people. I'm sure me is. I feel like buckwheat sometimes over here trying to read this pharmaceutical stuff. I'm telling you. They putting all types of words in here. I don't think they be wanting us to know what be going on. Another you walking around. Yeah, my kids too. So let's go ahead and get back to it. Man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. I'll be over here trying to have some fun and share this information. So our story, our journey and evolution. What once started as a one-man laboratory in Boston in 1947 overlooking the Charles River. Oh, so they named the company after where they was located at. Look at that. Okay. Has evolved into a leading global strategic partner providing products and services to help expedite the discovery, early stage development, and safe manufacture of novel drugs and therapeutics. We worked on over 80% of the novel FDA approved drugs over the last 5 years. Y'all worked on that's a large percentage of the marketplace. And that particular thing they're talking about. Our purpose, our promise, our capabilities, transform possibilities into breakthroughs, basic research, drug discovery. Man, I know Ms. Adams over there dying laughing at me. All new approach methodologies, manufacturing, commercialization, because every moment matters. So this is are these some awards? Conversions in science? No, probably not. They used this picture a few times. Okay. All right. So let's go look at their investor information. So we went up to the top, go to investor relations. We got to zoom in because this looks small. I'm so glad I learned that little trick because that would have took forever how I used to do it. So the stock quote is over here to your right. And the ticker symbol, we already know that CRL, the price $152.66. Percentage change, they lost $16.25 today. The exchange that they trade on is the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE. Trading volume was 1 million shares today traded. Let me see if they have some more stock information that's bigger than that. That's a real small little section. There it is. Okay, so stock information. You can see that over here to the left, stock information. So let's go there. Investor relations. So they gave us a list. All they did was, so they don't have a chart. I don't see, oh, there it is, stock chart. Okay. So let's browse over this. I'm blocking it. So let me take me off the screen. There we go. So here's the stock information, the 52-week high, the 52-week low, all the basic information. But I want to move on and go to the, oh, they got the outstanding shares here. So let me share something with you so you can find out the stock price, like a little trick we can do, because some people don't know this. So let me pull up this calculator. All right. So if you look down here at the bottom of the screen, I'm gonna mouse over it right here where it says market cap. If we take this number and divide it by the outstanding shares, it should roughly give us this stock price. So let's check and see if we can get that by doing that with these numbers. So it's 831506700. All right. Now we're going to divide that by the outstanding shares. So basically, this is how many slices they've cut this market cap into. And that should give us this stock price or real close to it. So now we divide this number by 49227,800. Now this could be because it's delayed or what, but how this is supposed to work, this should roughly give, and it could be rounded off. You see how they got zeros at the end? It's usually not perfect like that. They could have it rounded off, but that's how that's supposed to work. It could be the stock price times the outstanding shares give you the market cap, or you divide the market cap by the outstanding shares to get the stock price, which tells you something. They're valuing the company by the stock price. So if you traded that stock, let's say for $100, this would affect the value of the company and drastically drop the value of the company because they're multiplying the last trading price by the outstanding shares, which shows you, if you understand that formula, that the valuation of the companies are speculative anyway. It's not a fair assessment. It's the market value. This is why you can find opportunities in the market. It's usually extremely overvalued or undervalued because the stock price is based on what people are willing to pay for it. Kind of like your house. I like using real estate as an example. So if with your house, when you have someone come into your house and do an appraisal, that's going to be way more accurate than what your house is selling for on the market. Because the market could be what they call a buyer's market, and you wouldn't want to sell your house during that time because you're not going to get top dollar for it. That's an example of what I'm telling you for. So your appraisal might be your house is worth $1 million, but then your realtor is telling you, well, this house, based off what's being sold at this time, people are only getting $500,000 for $1 million homes right now. That's an example of how you can find an opportunity in the stock market with finding companies undervalued. So that's a quick little note with that. All right, so we looked at the loser. So now let's look at the biggest winner for today. So we're going to go back to Market Watch and we're going to click the percentage change. Put me back on the screen. Okay. Now, ticker symbol CF is the winner. CF Industry Holdings Incorporated looks like the company name. Previous close was $120.13, and today they closed at $136. They had a percentage change of 13.21%. So let's do our hypothetical $1,000 investment. So if someone invested $1,000 and got that 13% return, it will be 0.1321. I think that's $132.10. And yes, it is. So this would be your ROI, your return on investment. So you didn't lose any of your investment money. So you would have add that back. And that would be the money you invested plus your ROI. That's the $1,132.10. $1,132.10. All right, now let's go to the Analyze tab and we can get some more details about this company. So ticker symbol CF Industries Holdings Incorporated. They are in the materials sector. Now we're going to go look at the company profile. I need to take me off the screen so we can see that information. Here's their website. And their information is not that long, so let's read it. CF Industries Holdings Incorporated, together with its subsidiaries, engages in the production of ammonia in North America, Europe, and internationally. It operates through ammonia, granular urea, UAN, AN, and other segments. The company offers ammonia products, nitrogen products, such as granular urea, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, urea ammonium nitrate solution and ammonium nitrate, diesel exhaust fluid, urea liquor, and nitric acid products. It serves cooperatives, retailers, independent fertilizer distributors, traders, wholesalers, and industrial users. The company was founded in 1946 and is headquartered in Northbrook, Illinois. Website, here we go. All right, let me bring this over and blow it up. Put me back on the screen. We don't need that ticker. F11. Zoom in some. That's pretty good. All right, so let's browse over their website, do a quick glance at the top. Who we are. So this is going to be where the company information is. And if we scroll over to the right, there's the investor information. So we know where we need to look. So let's just go ahead and browse over the website to see what we can learn. Our mission is to provide clean energy to feed and fuel the world sustainably. Clean energy and decarbonization initiatives. Who we are, learn about our strategy. So that's 2 locations we know we can go to find out what's going on and what they do. Corporate stewardship. And speaking of what we do, so let's just go ahead and read it right here. CF Industries is a leading global manufacturer of hydrogen and nitrogen products for clean energy, fertilizer emissions abatement, and other industrial applications. Safety. Maintaining a safe work environment is the most important commitment we have to each other and everyone else who lives, everyone whose lives we touch. Our safety culture is defined by a do it right mentality in which the right way is the only way to conduct business. So this is their incidents, very low, 2.5 million labor hours in 7 years without a recordable injury. You see these wordplay they be using without a recordable injury. It wasn't recorded at Courtright Complex, Insight and News. And I know I'm blocking some of it, but let's just go. Okay, I saw something we could click. What was it? To learn more. Who we are. Our strategy. At our core, CF Industries is a producer of ammonia. As the world's largest producer of ammonia. Can you see that? This is what I mean by like doing research on investing. Who knew that the world need ammonia like that? I've only seen people use ammonia and clean stuff in the house. And these people is billions and billions dollar worth of a company being the world's largest producer. They make ammonia, which has a chemical composition of NH3. CF Industries has a unique role to play in addressing some of the world's most critical needs: food to feed a growing population and clean fuel to power the world's future. Source of clean source of clean energy, providing energy to crops. Our strategy, transition, clean energy. Remember, you can click on the link down in the description and you can go over this website yourself if I'm moving too fast for you. I'm actually interested to go look at the stock information. I just want to do a quick overview of this. Safety excellence, advantage network, decarbonization leadership. All right, let's see if we can find something different here with what we do. Ammonia production. Is this going to take us to the same place? Oh, there's a lot of reading. So let's look at some pictures. We're going to turn it to photo time. Donaldsonville Complex, Ammonia 6. CF Industries average annual gross ammonia capacity by location. So they're measuring this ammonia in tons. That's 4.3 million tons of ammonia. Wow. Okay. I'm interested to find out. They saying it's off. Here it is right here. Ammonia is most often used as a fertilizer itself or is upgraded into other nitrogen fertilizers such as granular urea and urea ammonium nitrate solution. That's not enough information. I would like to do some research to find out all the uses, like George Washington Carver did with the peanut. How many uses you got for ammonia to find out why this is such a big deal for them to be the #1 manufacturer of ammonia in the world. So let's go to investors. Ooh, why is the website taking so long to load up? You see that? I don't like that. This is the money section. This is the investor section. And it's not loading up. Let me check my Wi-Fi fine, ain't it? Yeah, I'm streaming. It's got to be fine. I'm talking to you. Let me see. Event calendar, SEC file, corporate information. Okay. That was weird. All right, let's blow this back up. See where I'm at, zoomed in. I'm on 150. So they trade on the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, ticker symbol CF, stock price $136, which we looked at. $15.87 was the price increase of today, the 13.21%. They have all that information right here. So we've read the corporate overview and them telling you why you should invest in the company, which is great. They want you to learn about what they do and why, and et cetera, which is a good thing. Companies should be very transparent about what they're doing if they ask you for your money to invest inside of it, because if they don't make money, then you don't make money. And there's a difference between revenue and profit. Just because they have money coming in don't mean there's money left over after the money that goes out. So you need to know the difference between profit and revenue for sure. So we're going to go right here to where it says stock info and stick stock quote. So here's just some reading. Okay. And then they do have a chart on this one. So here's the price information, the change. Today's open, intraday high, 52-week high, volume. So 14 million shares were traded today in the market. And here's their stock chart. And I don't think this is one of those charts where we can change the style of it, where we can make it look like candlesticks. This looks like a basic line chart with this line right here. And we can switch the time frames. So what is it on right now? I'm going to just click it. So I think that's 5 year or all, but you can make it 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, year to date, and 1 year. And then all. I think it was on all when we first looked at it. Historical stock quote. So you can go to a specific time frame with this lookup date and get the information. And you can use this investor calculator like we was doing before when we used the hypothetical of the $1,000 investment. They do it for you right here. You can pick a specific start date of when you invested in the company and when you took your money out, and you put in what you start with, and they'll give you an investment calculator. So right now it says March 12, 2018 to today. So if we calculate the investment of a $10,000 investment from that time to now, it says without dividends. So this, I believe this company pays dividends, but they're letting you know even if they do, it's not going to be calculated in what it would have grew to. So if we scroll down, your total return was 224%. Rounded off 224%. If we round it off, it's going to be 225% return. So remember how I told you about the ROI? You're going to subtract the $10,000 from that number. So you see this number right here, that 32,000, 32,473.73, and then subtract the 10,000 because that's what you started with. So your ROI would be $22,473.73. So you need to know the difference between your starting investment and ending investment. So the ending investment includes the money you started with. That's why it's important to know the language that they use. ROI is just the money you made on top of the investment. All right, guys, I think we had a full show today. I'm gonna start closing this stuff down and go back to this screen so we can close it out. All right, let me see where we at. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. That is not where we started at. I was clicking this prompter and went too far. You already know. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. If you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the whole life insurance link I have down in the description. And I did finish editing and uploading part 4. So that will be coming out, I believe, tomorrow. So stay on the lookout for that because I got the new part coming out and I'll be working on part 5. It's already recorded, but part 4 will be released tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And make sure you tune in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care and God bless.